Welcome back to Blue Exorcist Anime Review Part 8. Yeah, I'm finally going to talk about the Blue Exorcist film. Yes, the Blue Exorcist film. Released in 2012, exactly 1 year after Season 1 ended. Yep, exactly 1 year. And because it came out after Season 1, it takes place after Season 1 in the stupid continuity of the filler episodes. Yep, because we see in the film that the True Cross City is still under reconstruction after it had been heavily damaged by the Gomorrah Gate. Yep. Now, aside from that, that's a minor thing compared to the fact that there's some dumb things in this movie. Okay, the story of this film is this: is that we have the story starts off with Yukio, Ren, and the beautiful Shimi. Well, before they get to the show those two, we see Ren getting out of bed in a different building that's not his dorm from the series. I mean, it looks completely different. I'm like, did the people who made this movie forget what the heck that the building where Ren lives looks like? Because apparently they did. It looks completely different. And also, I don't remember having stairs in front of it. Yeah, that's completely new. And the way the True Cross Academy looks, it's completely different. This fact, we're at True Cross Academy. We don't see any of the classrooms. Nope, none of the classrooms. He's just running along. Then, of course, he runs to Yukio and Shemi, and their job is simply this: exercise a train before it gets to a gate and activates. Shemi knows there's a ghost on board. She wants to free them. And, well, basically what happens next is entirely her fault. Of course, Ren gets blamed for it, even though it's not his fault. It's Shemi's fault. Yeah, because she wanted to liberate the ghost, so why not? Oh, by the way, after this opening scene, Shemi does virtually almost nothing the whole movie. With the exception of popping up a couple times, she virtually contributes nothing to the film's plot. Yep. And then, of course, the train goes out of control, causes some damage, though the damage itself basically is very minor from what I can tell from it. Yeah, I mean, causes some damage to buildings already on reconstruction. Right, okay, fine. I mean, yes, if this was done in the U.S., this would probably cause millions of dollars of damage, not $1 billion. It's like the guy who's there, who was not the director of the Japanese branch that is Mephisto's job. Yeah, and this guy is basically like, okay, it seems like the guy acts like he's the one in charge of Japanese branch, even though Mephisto is the one in charge of Japanese branch. It's like Mephisto shoved this scythe this movie for like no reason at all. Oh, by the way, what does he contribute to the plot? Absolutely nothing. He just shows up a few times in the movie, sports some lines, sits in the background. He's essentially put as a background character. Like, what the hell, movie? Why the heck would you make Mephisto one of the most interesting characters, and then he has the most oddest way of dressing? You make him a background character. And he's one of the most important characters of the whole damn series, and you make him a background character. What is wrong with you? And of course, Ren discovers a boy. Yep. Who first doesn't have a name. Yeah. The name of this boy is, if I can get the site up here, his name is Ursurama, basically. Well, that's what Ren names him. In the dub, she's voiced by Cassandra Lee. Yes, a woman. They also introduced two other characters in this movie, who, by the way, do not appear after this. No. One, of course, is Cheng Long Lu, voiced by the awesome Todd Eppercorn, which makes it the second English dub movie I've watched where it's a movie from a series the Eppercorn was not on, and yet he voiced a character in the movie. The character himself has got a striking resemblance to Lao from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. In fact, Eppercorn puts on pretty much the same performance as he did when he played Lao. At least he gets a good amount to do. Yeah, the new character gets something to do. But the regulars, they get virtually, with the exception of Ren. With the exception of him, you know the rest of the cast of the movie? They're pretty much demoted to minor characters. What is your problem with these characters? Okay. Oh, and what about Bon, Kamaru, and Renzo? They're pretty much a gag in this movie where they got covered with this goo. This happens 3 times. First it's pink, then yellow. Or actually, what is pink, yellow, and green? And they go to Ren's dorm because that apparently has a bath, even though it has. I would think though that Their dorm has a bathroom too. Why in the world they keep going to Ren's dorm? I have no idea. Yeah, it's particularly very bizarre. No explanation for this at all. And there's also the character of Pookie Brow. I'm gonna call her that now because her name is kind of hard to pronounce. Yeah, she, one of the most important characters of the whole series. She does nothing this whole movie. Like, oh my gosh, she gets nothing to do. Her only contribution to the plot is to giving the new character clothes and having him peek under her skirt. That is it. That's her only contribution to the whole film. Yep. Shimmy's job is to provide some moral support for the main character in the movie. Yeah, she does. She doesn't do that much at all. Eventually, the train demon pops up one at a time in the movie, toward the very end. Those pieces of it basically scatter across the train tracks where it's at. Yep. As for the boy itself, well, he gets a lot to do. Yeah, he gets good character done for him. Explain that he's actually a demon. Well, actually a rabbit demon, mind you. Yes, a rabbit demon who's the size of an actual rabbit. Except he's green, and he has a long black tail, and apparently he eats away memories, and he can control time itself. And apparently, him being around causes like everybody in this whole town to stop what they're doing to play. Yep, even stops people at HQ from keeping up a barrier supposed to keep out demons. Yes. The character himself is fine, and I don't have a problem with the other two new characters in this movie. Yeah. Now, I appreciate though Ren gets a chance to spend some time with him. But what about the rest of the characters? The only scene they interact with him is when they play baseball. That is it. That's the only scene. That's like one of like two scenes they interact with in the whole film. The only other scene is when they have the festival. Oh, and by the way, the whole punishment Ren gets, Ren should get 5 days suspension. Yuki, and of course they had to write an apology report, even though from Ren's perspective it was not his fault. It was Shemi's idea for doing this. Shemi, I don't mind having her basically do it. Ren should not apologize for something that was not his fault. Yep. And Yukio, I think that he gets cut maybe a couple of days' pay, maybe like 1 day's pay, and that's it. Yep, that's virtually it when it comes to their punishment. And basically, Ren has two jobs: do his homework and keep an eye on this boy. Okay, and he does. He actually does do that job pretty well. And for some reason, they're allowed to sleep in the same bed together. For some awkward reason, I don't know why. Yeah, because he's a guy that's not exactly comfortable as, let's say, sleeping with a little girl. Yeah. But just cheer for fun. Of course, to keep a cage in his room because, well, he's a demon. Put him in a cage. Oh, and by the way, Shearer's this movie for like one scene. His contribution is to show up, pin down Usaro. Of course, go to Jonathan's form. That's it. After that, Shiro is nowhere to be seen the whole film after that. Yeah, shows up on screen for about 2 minutes. Yep. I mean, the story of the film is fine. It's just that my problem will, and I have a problem with the story, the new characters. That's not the problem. I do have a slight problem with the animation, but the movie looks really good. But my overall big problem with this movie is this: is that with the exception of Ren, almost the entire cast are shoved to the side for these three new characters. One of whom is a minor character who shows up a few times in the movie, and Ren has got a crush on her. Do these two interact the whole movie? Nope. They don't. Not at all. Oh, and who voices her in dub? It's... They don't really say who voices in the dub. Her name is Lena. Yep. A character who basically is kind of like a place for Shira. Oh, by the way, what the heck does Shira do in the movie? Put up barriers. That's basically it. Yeah. That's the only problem with this character. Is that, well, yeah, she's a great character. Oh, does she interact with Ren the whole movie? Yes, for about 30 seconds. That's it. That's all the interactions. And she's supposed to be his mentor. Oh yeah, they do reference about Yukio status as a half demon, like off the season 2 retcons this basically because it ignores those episodes and picks where the canon stuff left off. Oh, and currently he is not a demon in the manga. He's actually resistant to to Rin's flame. Yep. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, a couple of the characters show up in the movie who show up for a brief cameo. One, of course, is Renzo's idiot brother. Yeah, he shows up for about 30 seconds. Spouts like one line. That's it. Juzo, who becomes a regular character in season 2, he shows up for the scene and says nothing. Yeah, this is the actually anime debut of these two characters. Yep. But as for everybody else, nope. They don't return after this. Oh, by the way, when the character basically erases of every memories of him in the course of the whole instance, apparently Ren is the only one who remembers him, and he asks everybody else. He asks Yukio about it. Yukio has no idea what he's talking about, and he thinks that he's been lazy, missed the festival, even though he was there at the festival. He completely forgot that fact, and well, he prays to the shrine and says, "I'll never forget you," even though he did, because season 2 ignores this particular film. Yep. I kind of wish this character, Ching Lao Lu, I kind of wish he returned after this film. Yeah. As far as I know, the film was his own appearance. Yeah. This character is really good, and I think Peppercorn does a fantastic job with this character. Though it's a very similar appearance as Lao from Full Alchemist Brotherhood, but he gives a good charm to the character, and he gives the character like reveals the fact the character has sort of a backstory with the demon because he's from the village who actually fought the demon, which is I thought that was nice. I kind of wish this character was canon. Uzaro, I can kind of get why he is not canon, but this guy, I would love it if this guy would show up in the manga. He was so interesting because the guy didn't get much to do in the film, but I actually kind of like the character. I mean, it's not just because Todd Eppercorn voiced in the dub. That's not the only reason why. Because I think he's a cool character. I love his look, too. Yep. If you want to know how long this film is, it's only an hour and 28 minutes, which, of all the films I watched recently, this is by far the shortest film. At least, unlike, let's say, the first one for Yu Yu Hakusho was like 30 minutes, which is the same length as an episode of the series. This one was about an hour and a half, which is very standard length for a movie. I kind of wish we got like a little bit more time with this film. Like maybe there was some stuff that was cut from the sub. I'm not sure what was cut because I haven't watched this stuff for this movie, but I'm sure that I'm not sure if stuff was cut from the sub or not. I have no idea because Viz Media is not known for cutting stuff. I know 4Kids basically reputation for it, but I don't think Viz Media cut anything. Not really, no. And I'm glad the fact they dubbed this movie, which is great because I love the voice cast from the film. I love the English dub cast from Blue Exorcist. But for a lot of the characters, waste of time to lend their talent to this movie because they get nothing to do. Like, my gosh. And Yukio spends the whole movie in a sling. Yes. He does very little to contribute to the movie's plot, but at least he's there. The whole movie, he at least is making a physical appearance. Shimmy, despite being one of their big characters of the series, she pops at the beginning, disappears for like 20 minutes. Yeah, pops up for a few cameos, and shows up at the end. And oh yeah, she briefly keeps an eye on Uzaro. Yeah, aside from the fact keeps an eye on him, she does nothing, almost nothing the whole film. She does fight at the beginning with her familiar, but that's it. It's like, wow, you took all these characters and you just shoved them to the side for story-wise, no reason. Yeah, like for Shira, basically, here's her contribution. Okay, she tears down old barriers, puts them up. One barrier she has to basically keep chanting, and AAA has to show up. Yes, the Paladin will come AAA because his initials basically are AAA. So AAA. He shows up Defender, and he himself, like, Wow, he gets so little to do in this movie. Like, it say he's the man of the year, despite like how much of a buffoon he is. Like, he sort of basically showboats during the parade, protects Shimmy during the whole demon attack, and that's it. That's all he does the whole movie. Yes. I mean, from a look at this movie, it looked like some stuff could have been cut. It's like this film was probably longer than it was, and they must have cut a lot out because it seems as though now for plot wise, I don't think anything plot wise was cut from the movie. So then suffer from that. I think the film suffers from the fact that a lot of the characters from the series do not get a lot of screen time at all, and like most of the cast of the series contributes almost virtually nothing to the plot. They're just there for a quick cameo or just basically have the actor cast a paycheck. That's it. Is this a bad film? Not necessarily, but I kind of wish they would have given a lot of the characters more to do. But thank God season 2 basically retconned the filler stuff because the filler stuff was stupid. Yep. Oh, by the way, the post-credit scene for this movie is, well, just showing off the shrine, which is very tiny. So apparently the shrine he was kept, I'm thinking like a big shrine, like usually they show in almost a lot of anime I watched. This one, it's a tiny shrine. It's basically the size of a birdhouse. I'm like, what? This is the shrine that they've been hinting at the whole movie that got crushed by a train. And somehow this theme was kept in this small little rabbit statue for 400 years. For who knows how long basically this rabbit's been there, but yes. This film is good, but it's got its problems. I kind of wish the series had another chance in the movie, but who knows when that will be because it's been a couple years since the series ended. I'm still really hoping sometime soon, maybe next year, we might get an announcement if the series can come back. I mean, there's still a ton of manga they could adapt. And it still baffles me of why in the world Season 2 stopped after only adapting one story arc. I mean, do you know how many chapters have been released? Like, since the arc in the manga, which basically was concluded since the Empiric Ink arc? You want to know how many chapters have been released? Like, I think it's been like 38, not 38, it's more like, I think it's like 78 chapters, which, that's plenty for another season for the show. But who knows when that will be? I keep hoping sometime in the future, maybe get announced later on this year and the anime may come next year. Who knows? I hope sometime in the future it comes back. I really hope so, because this is a good series. Why would Anime Pages stop for? I highly doubt because of low ratings. I would think that the Kaido Saga received good ratings, probably better ratings than later on season 1. Probably because the show was coming back and they were going to ignore the events of the last 9 episodes of season 1. Like they were just going to continue with them where they left up episode 16. It's like, they're probably like, thank you. And the season itself was really good. Though, who knows whenever they're going to do with season 2. I'm sure the DVD sales for season 2 were pretty good to warrant a season 3. I'm still hoping for a season 3, but that all depends on my A1 pictures. Okay? So, that's it for this particular review. Yeah, in the case of this particular review series, I might have one more review coming, and that'll be review of the shorts, but otherwise, though, there's nothing else to review for when it comes to Blue Alchemist, Blue Exorcist for anime-wise. Yeah, so anytime you see review Blue Exorcist, review the manga, which news chapter gets released on Friday. Yep, on Friday is when it gets released. Okay? Now, I'm hoping to have one other video review today. Excuse me, never a review of the 7th Case Ghost, which is only about 12 minutes into it. Yeah, aside from that, there's like no other video plan to do today aside from that one. Okay? Though tomorrow I'm hoping to review the 8th film. Okay? But do see that along with reviewing Black Clover and Fairy Tail. Alright? But until the next view. Bye.